And it really built towards the end. In the last 2 minutes, they just went mad. And it was absolutely great. And it was during the sort of the ending with the Planets in the Bad Way again, sort of started and ended the same.
Yeah.
And then the guitar started screaming. They were layered on top of each other, and the bongos and congos and everything else was
At that
going
point,
mental.
it was just, you know.
Oh, it's awesome. And I was really sad that then it started to fade out. And I was like, oh, give us another 2 minutes. You know?
I don't want to hear that. I don't. Not after the JJ Cale song, Crazy Mama song that you gave me. I don't want to hear it. Give me a break. At least I gave you 3+ minutes of really good music. You're like, what? Go check out JJ Cale when I drop it. Crazy Mama, you know? And then you tell me if that was right. You tell me if that was fair.
Again. It's like a wind-up toy.
It's a button you just push, yeah. Don't get me started.
It's showtime, folks.
Welcome to another edition of Into the Music. My name is John. That fine chap over there is Greg. And we're here to listen to another banging tune that Greg's got lined up for me. Before we do that, just a reminder, if you do like this, please hit the like button. It lets us know what's really floating your boat and helps us, plow a straight line, as it were. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe even hit that bell to get notifications so you don't miss out on all these lovely tunes. That being said, Greg, what have you got lined up for me?
Well, before I go on with that, I'm a little uncomfortable with you sort of promoting your dating status there on your wall. You're telling everyone that you're single and it's 12 inches.
You know about the design about that before I'll get into, that's Pill, Public Image Limited. And they, for that album, they replicated, there's a film called Repo Man. It was like a cult film. And there's a bit where he goes into the supermarket and everything's branded. It just says drink, or it says, beer. And it's done in that sort of white and light and dark blue. Okay. And so they did all their packaging for their album and that 12-inch single in the same style. So that's why it looks like that.
Oh, that's cool. Is that Emilio Estevez who's in that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great film. Really funny. Not supposed to be funny. It's more of a thriller, but it's correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I've got, all right. I just had to do that. But you ever hear of a band called, I'm not gonna give it a year yet, but it does go back a ways. EDGAR Broughton Band? No?
Not at all.
They have a song called Call Me a Liar. Go check it out. Go check it out and let me know what you think.
I think he said the planet's in a bad way. Said on the title 971. That's really early to be saying that. Cool. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm sitting here counting the days. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm liking this. That sort of chord change the extra vocals, and I go, "Judge, call me a liar." That's really effective. This is enjoyable.
Dead hand upon the waiting gun. I to wait until you come. The black man is my father's child. Judge, call me a liar. Judge, call me a liar. I've seen the fallen working man. They stole my tiny circumstance. We are not trying to be higher. Judge, call me a liar. Judge, call me a liar. I have a friend who is too much.
Suddenly, the introduction of hand percussion. I don't know if it's bongos, congos, I don't know, but you can hear it's like, up to my ears, it sounds like it's hand struck rather than with a stick. And I always love that. It just sounds really cool. Let's just go back. Sometimes we'll break down now. Let's go back a wee bit.
I have a friend who is too much. So they put us out of touch. It's so much tinder on a fire. Judge, call me a liar. Judge, call me a liar. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, the planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah.
Fading out, just it sounds like he's really going for it on the axe. The song really built. I think right at the end, when they send the planets in a bad way again, there's loads of hand percussion, and the guitars are laying on top of each other, and someone's screaming away. Yeah, good stuff. Back to Greg.
Call me a liar, Judge. Call me a liar. Did you like it?
Yeah, that was about it.
Is that brilliant? You're gonna probably say no. It's not brilliant. I love it.
It's a great song.
Go ahead.
A great song. really, really catchy. I really like the sort of the whole vibe of it, the sort of blues rock,
Yeah.
type stuff. It did say on the title that it was 1971, so we got that. But it's a lovely chugging beat with a guitar, and the bass as well just provided this undeniable groove to the whole thing. And I stopped the reaction right at the start because the first thing they said was the planet's in a bad way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was thinking 1971, they're saying the planet's in a bad way. That's really, well, I'm assuming they mean ecological, that's really early.
And it was so rhythmic. It was so the way they like planets in a bad way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's brilliant. It's another one of those like, why am I only listening to this now? It was actually discovered within the last year, about a year ago.
All right.
A year ago, when I was taking a lot of my songs that I'm giving you and Andy, not all of it, but a good chunk. I think I've documented on this channel. Lost my job about 4 years ago, and then sort of didn't want to really watch TV. I wanted to kind of dive into music, and I dove into music, and I really wanted to kind of get into new stuff. And I was discovering and I have a way of like, you type in certain keywords. I'm sure you do this too.
Yeah.
And you discover this, that, and that, and that. And then Spotify and YouTube sort of catch on. And every once in a while, you just turn on your feed and something comes up and you're like, okay. And it's funny, sometimes something will come up and you're like, yeah, okay, thanks. But then even through that, something then it gets discovered, it's and Edgar Broughton Band, I remember doing some searches here and there, and then this came up, and I was like, whoa, I'm like, oh, this is good, and I'm like, who am I going to give this to? And I didn't know if I was going to give it to Chris or not. I think I actually was going to give it to Chris. And then with him gone, I'm like, okay. So yeah, I bestowed it on you. So
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love I love the sort of, you call it the chorus line or wherever it says, "Judge, call me a liar." The way that chord change goes, and then they double the vocals on the "call me a liar." It really lifts it all up, and it really gives it impact. And it's great, and it's so catchy. Great, simple. It's just one line, but the way they do it. And then about halfway through the song or so, the hand percussion comes in, the bongos, and I'm sure I heard cowbells at some point as well. I don't know what I was
there was
hearing,
a lot of I think they were.
But it was all going.
They were taking like bedposts and stuff, and they were just slamming it all over. It was just almost like that. They're just hitting everything. It was crazy.
Yeah. And it really built towards the end of the last 2 minutes. They just went mad. And it was absolutely great. And it was during the sort of, they ended with the plants in the bad way again, sort of started and ended the same.
Yeah.
And then the guitar started screaming. They were layered on top of each other, and the bongos and congos and everything else was
at that point
mental.
It was just
Oh, it's awesome. And I was really sad that it started to fade out, and I was like, oh, give us another 2 minutes.
I don't want to hear that. I don't, not after the JJ Cale song, Crazy Mama song that you gave me. I don't want to hear it. Give me a break. At least I gave you 3+ minutes of really good music. You're like, what? Go check out JJ Cale when I drop it. Crazy Mama, And then you tell me if that was right. You tell me if that was fair.
Again, it's like a wind-up toy.
It's a button you just push. Yeah. Don't get me started. Yeah. It's
so it's a shame it faded out. But apart from that, no, I really liked it. It had just a great groove to it. I mean, it sounded fun as well. Do you know what I mean? It really sounded like a good time.
Yeah, I mean, just that line, "Judge, call me a liar," and like you said, and the way they spaced that out, "Judge, call," and then they're like, "Call me a liar," like you felt it, like they were angry, yes, they were called. He was called a liar. I thought it was, it was. I mean, when I say brilliant, but I mean, it's just in the way that they wanted to create that song and from a band that just came out of nowhere. I mean, when I looked into it, they've been around for a while. They were around. I'm not sure if they still are. I'll get into the information, but this was a band, I think, that is one of those like countless number of bands that just marched to their own tune. I mean, I'm sure they wanted success, and they had certain, following and everything like that. But from this song, you could just tell that to me, it's a really good / great song. But it's like it's not for everyone, and they didn't care. They're going to create the song, they're going to have fun doing it, and you had some producers and record label that kind of believed in them and let them sort of do it. And I think it's just great. They don't make songs like this anymore. Everything has to kind of be packaged and purified and all that shit. And this is there's just a lot of grit and just fun, but just, it's a little bit of slop, just everything kind of, again, with the percussion and stuff like that, technically it's probably not the greatest thing, but who gives a shit? Because actually it sounded great. It was the sounds that song required, it just fit right. So yeah. I'm so glad you liked the song. I'm going to get into band's information a bit. Edgar Broughton Band, founded in Warwick in 1968. They started their career as a blues group under the name Edgar Broughton Blues Band, playing to a small following in the region around their hometown of Warwick. Wiki saying how they were sort of leaning in the very beginning towards the emergent psychedelic movement. And because of that, they dropped the blues from their name as well as their music. Victor Unit left.
So they're a UK band. Wow, that surprises me.
Really?
I thought it was American. I really did.
Oh man, when he goes, "Call me a liar," like the way he says "liar," they sing "liar." I get a real Brit feel on that one.
It's just I don't know why, but I wouldn't imagine a British band to go Judge. Do you know? I don't know. Just for me, I thought it was American. But there you go. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, and there's a lot of information here. It's funny. There's this paragraph here in Wiki. It says the band's touring attracted some controversy from their series of free concerts at locations such as children's playgrounds and from a number of cases of civil disorder occurring at their shows. The most notorious incidents were a show in Redcar at which a fight broke out between audience members and led to violent police intervention, and a show in Kiel where the audience vandalized the venue using paint given to them by the band. Though the band denied doing anything to incite any of these incidents, in the case of Kiel, Edgar Broughton admitted to giving paint to the audience, but argued that we didn't tell them to do anything with it. So maybe that's the situation where the judge said, "You're a liar." So because of that, several towns banned the group's concerts.
You don't have gigs like that anymore where they give out free paint.
But they kept on recording. There was a song called "Out Demons Out." That's great. Another single that they recorded, Apache Dropout. It combined the Shadows Apache with Captain Beefheart's Dropout Boogie.
Oh, wow.
This is just a very fun, interesting, off the wall band here. Again, talking about, sort of marching to their own tune. So then they released their eponymous third album. It contained this song. No, see, that's the thing here, because then it says that album was followed by the release of the double A side Hotel Room and Call Me a Liar. The single failed to chart, but the album sold well throughout Europe. And that's really kind of, there's a lot more information about the band, but I'm not going to sift through all that. But they had sort of reincarnations here. They started in 68, ended in 76. Then they reformed in 78 and ended 82. Came back for a little brief show here in 1989, and then 2006, 2010, and that was it. So yeah, anything else to add about the song?
No, I can imagine you say the sort of where these had 68 to 76 and then sort of came back a bit and then went away. I can imagine their sound's fairly organic, so you can imagine them sort of seeing them in a club and having a good evening.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of attitude. Yeah, definitely. Cool. No, I really enjoyed this. This is a real blast to listen to.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if there's anyone out there who connects with that channel who likes, oh, the EDGAR BROUGHTON band. You know, that'd be pretty cool. It's actually sort of a challenge, you know, that I sort of internal sort of challenge that I made for myself, you know. Like I just want to see, like, is there anyone else who knows about this band? Song?
There will be. There will be.
Yeah. All right, cool, John. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed. You want to take us out?
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for giving us this, Greg. Thanks to everybody who watched this and enjoyed our ramblings. Hopefully enjoyed the song as well. Let us know, like, and drop the comments below about, you know, if you know anything about this band or other tunes as well that we should check out. And we'll see everyone on the next edition of Into the Music.
See ya.